So it's September 21st, 2020 in the afternoon, 3:47 p.m. I just watched a show about the moon, and it made me think of something. And I know Google has Google Moon out there, just like it has Google Earth, where you can actually look at maps of the moon that we've taken with satellite images. So anyway, I was looking for this crater that they were talking about on the moon, because I thought you could actually put in the crater name and it would take you to it, but it doesn't have any navigation on that I can see to go to certain places on the moon. But anyway, there's three different views on here. This is my laptop. I'm going to try to do this without putting my finger in front of the thing. What this is using is what's called Apollo mode, and this supposedly includes places where maybe Apollo missions had landed and that kind of stuff. So this is kind of where it started, and my screen just kind of looked like this. And I like to magnify in as much as I can. I started kind of looking around. So I'm going to kind of take you to kind of what I did. And I'm just kind of scrolling through, and I noticed there's a dark patch here I thought was odd. And then I see this on the surface of the moon. And this doesn't look like a normal crater. I have no idea what this is, but it doesn't look geologic, really. This is what a normal crater would look like, these here. This one is filled with white, something white, it looks like. So I'm trying to figure out what it is. I know there's ice on the inside of craters, especially if they don't get any sunlight. There's ice there. I thought maybe that's what that was. But the fact that this was so circular, and then there's this other really weird feature right here that I was like, this almost looks weirder. So I went in on that, and I don't know what that is. So anyway, I thought, well, maybe I'll look at the different views. So let's just back it up a little bit, and I'm going to try to center this again. So I went to visible view, and surprisingly, guess what? It disappears. However, you can see where there's a circle here. Now, why that stuff, the white that filled the circle in is gone, it's right here. And then the other is elevation view. This shows the elevation, which really doesn't show anything other than, again, this is where the big circle was. It was right in here, which looks like there is a kind of a area for a circle. Going back to this view, though, actually it's right there. So there's the circle. I'm going to just blow it up just a little bit. This is another view. Shocking, it disappears. But it's kind of odd. There's a circular kind of smudge area there. And this is elevation. Again, circle's should be right in here. It's kind of the biggest circle is. And if you want to see it, there it is. And then there's the other feature. And I'm just going to blow it up a little bit. And then try to center this other feature in here. These look unnatural too. But when you switch again from what they call Apollo view to visible view, this would be regular light view. And then this is shaded for elevation. Not there, is it? Visible. And all of a sudden, there's a little white dot here. You blow it up, and it's an odd feature. Very strange on the surface of the moon. As are those perfectly round, look like very fresh impacts. Almost complete circles, but you can see the shade on the right side of them where you can tell that the sun is, if this is looking down like on Earth, the sun would be coming up from the east. Anyway, if anybody knows what, or can explain that, I'd like to know. I'm curious what these features are. Here's a look at load up of the, whoops. This is very interesting to me. This looks, you can see the shade. That hole exists. You can see dark areas in there, and then the ones in the middle, they don't have any shade. The other craters, that crater right there, you can see the shade on the right rim, underneath the right rim. None of these, if they're craters, they don't have any shade on them, which is odd. Now that's that is what you would think a crater would look like, that blurrier one, but see how it's shaded on the right side of it also? Why are none of, if these are craters, and that doesn't look like a crater to me, why aren't they shaded? That is a crater. Interesting. Anyway, not a conspiracy person, but if anybody knows an explanation for this, I'd like to know.